Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your pockets. We're in a recession. Look where I'm at. No longer in paradise. I'm back. And because of this, our black president, I gotta say I was very happy to get back to the United States. We are here at Diva Speak TV. They call me I'm at a diva. And we've got a good one for you. Keep it right here. This week's Superwoman of the Week is Toni Morrison. Ooh. Now I know it may seem surprising, but people do still read. Toni Morrison is an award-winning, acclaimed author and best buddy of Oprah's and Maya Angelou's, who has put out such classics as Sula, The Bluest Eye, Paradise, etc. A lot of y'all who went to school had to read Toni Morrison books in your African American female writers class. So the thing about Toni Morrison though is that she continues to be so prolific, and her new book, A Mercy, has now been placed on the New York Times top 10 best books list. And she's only one woman on this top 10 list. It's just a bunch of dudes and Toni. So I want to give a big up to Toni Morrison because she has for years and years and years provided us with excellent literature that's of the mind, of the body, and the soul, and continues to do so with her new book, A Mercy. So go out and get that for Christmas for somebody, and if that ain't some super shit, I don't know what is. I got a big up, and a let down. Ooh, a big up, hey! So, this week's big up goes to, oh shit, gotcha bitch, Mr. Reporter in Iraq who threw his freaking shoes at President Bush. Call me a communist, he threw his shoes! That is the funniest shit I have ever seen. Roll the tape. Wait for it. Yo, that's the illest shit ever. Yo, Bush is a fucking Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Yo, he said, it's kind of like how he be dodging, the truth. Whoa, strategery. What a lot of us don't know is that what the reporter said when he threw the shoe was, this is for the orphans, the women, the men, and everybody who died in Iraq. So he wasn't just throwing the shoe to be an asshole. He had a political statement with his shoe throwing. Gotta be the shoes. He threw one shoe, he docked it. He threw another one, it was deflected. At that point, everybody should have taken their shit off and thrown it at him. Got him. So this week's big up goes to the Iraqi reporter who had the balls and the soul, get it, to throw his shoes at President Bush. And honestly, if that ain't the complete summation of his time in office, I don't know what is. People are still getting married, which kind of amazes me when we look at this week's letdown. Whack-ass husbands. Now, throughout history, there have been a number of whack-ass husbands. Henry VIII, Ike Turner, O.J. Simpson. This week, we have added yet another whack-ass husband to the list. Our friend that we know as Blakey Incarcerated, Amy Winehouse's husband. So Amy Winehouse's husband Blake has been in prison and been getting his ass whooped because apparently folks in prison don't like how he treats Amy. So he decided that he was gonna tell her manager, listen, I'll leave Amy alone and stop pumping her with intoxicants if you promise to pay me $1 million to not write a book. Douchebag. And on top of that, he didn't get his $1 million yet, so he said, well, I'm just gonna keep on with the script. He meets up with Amy, gets her on some crazy drunk drinking binge and crack. She ends up passing out and they're in a hospital. What the frick? So he gets put back in prison because he was out on good behavior, and part of his parole was, you can't be doing that shit. Whack-ass husbands. Amy, I have a public service announcement to you. You already know that crack kills. But a lot of people don't know that husbands can kill too. O.J. Simpson! See, the thing about it is this. You know, we look at those other husbands, at least they were talented or they had like immense power. What the fuck does Blake have besides a bag of rocks and a flask of gin? Leave him alone. And I'm sure the drugs will be left alone as well. Oh, we forgot to include Bobby Brown in the Wack Ass Husbands. Bobby, we didn't forget you. Every little crack I take, you will be there. Every little crack I smoke, we'll smoke together, girl. So this week we have a feature, we have an interview with my homeboy Donnie Goines, MC extraordinaire. You know, there's a lot of rappers out here on the internet who are using the internet to start bullshit beefs. They're using the internet to hype themselves up with no music, but Donnie is somebody who's been using the internet to really push his career and actually has the music to back it up, and he actually has a good heart to back it up. So we sat down with him, check it out.
What's up, y'all? Diva Speak TV, Amanda Diva here, the Chop Up. I'm chilling with my boy Donnie Goines out of Harlem.
Yes, sir.
You know I love Harlem. Donnie, tell the people why they need to know about you.
Basically, I think I make good music.
Really?
I think.
Okay.
But you know, beyond that, I really just try to bring a lot of different things to the table, and you know, I do a lot of dope shows and dope things. So, hey, that's what it is.
You recently just did a show that was for charity. I thought that was dope.
Oh no, it was great. And by the way, we raised $556, was it? For charity.
For charity.
Look what rap can do.
Yeah. And you know what I mean? I look at it this way, like, let's just go talk about that show for a second. That show, we raised, what, $556 this show, right? So, when in the future, when we all rise up and become more popular, we can do not only 500, we can do 500,000.
Right.
You know, I believe that there's power within artists, and we just have to take that power and use it responsible, excuse me, as my nigger is.
Music-wise, you know, what can we expect from you?
Right now I'm dropping a debut album, Minute After Midnight, which is produced by Dame Grease. He's a pretty dope producer. And we also have Dub Z. I'm sure you know for Dub Z. He's produced like 4 tracks of the album. We got, he's dope. He produced hot. You know what I'm saying? Let me cut this off. Sorry about that.
But tell me about being independent. Why do you think it's important to be independent, or is it just you're independent because you're not in the major?
When people listen to my music, one thing they say about me is that it seems as if like I keep it down to earth and I talk about the people and stuff. I don't really have quote unquote mainstream records on my album.
Right.
You know, so even when I decided to do it, I knew that a label probably wouldn't have bit.
Right.
Because it's just not what they're looking for. I mean, the label, at the end of the day, they're in the business of making money. I'm in the business of making music, you know, so right at this moment, I'm not willing to compromise, actually never, I'm not willing to compromise my artistic integrity for any amount of money.
And how important is that to hip-hop right now?
I believe it's very important, but people don't take it seriously. Like, they're willing to compromise themselves and their artistic views for a check. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's great if you can get money, I mean, more power to you, but you can never buy respect, you know, and that's something that I know for a fact. You know?
And where can they hear more from you?
Damn, like on every blog website you can think of. But beyond that, you know, you can check me out on MySpace, the obvious, you know, blah, 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 / Donnie Goines.
Get into it. It's Diva Speak TV, y'all. Man, Diva here with Donnie Goines.
You already know.
Chop up.
We're out of here, y'all. Make sure if you want the greatest, the illest, the dopest in graphic design, check out artechnyc.com. They got flyers, all that good stuff, and you need to get into it. Don't forget, Q-Tips The Renaissance is in stores. Look out for the video from Man Woman Boogie featuring me on the way. Also, I was on tour with Tip and the Cool Kids for a little bit, so here's some pictures of that just to keep you all in the mix. I'm Amanda Diva. Shout out to Donnie Goines. Shout out to all of our producers who have sent us beats. Keep on doing it. You want to get your music featured on the show? Send an email with your top 3 illest beats to divaspeaktv@gmail.com. I'm Amanda Diva, and that is another episode of Diva Speak TV in the bag.